Christmas is such a magical time, especially for little ones. So why not bring some Christmas into their playtime with Christmas sensory bins? I'm Christy with Homeschooling in Progress. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the sensory bins and Play-Doh trays that I've made for my little one to give you some ideas on what you could do for yours at home. Now, the sensory bins that I'm going to show you are perfect for older toddlers that maybe aren't putting things into their mouth so much, and preschool age all the way up through probably even lower elementary. I catch my fourth grader from time to time playing with these as well. I think, that sensory goodness just can't be missed with some of the time. So around older toddler to lower elementary is probably around the age range for these. Wonderful for preschoolers. And you can do these anytime. I like to set my bins up on the dining room table, which is adjacent to where we do most of our schoolwork. And my little guy can just kind of go in there as I'm working with my older children, or he can play in there during our December morning basket time. If you only have little ones, you could certainly make these sensory bins into their morning basket time. So some of the ones that I've made, I've tried to make some different Christmas themed ones. Obviously, if you don't celebrate Christmas, you could definitely adjust them to holidays you do celebrate with just adding in different colors and different trinkets. So definitely something that could be adjusted to whatever your needs are. Okay, so for the sensory bins, this is my absolute favorite bin to use. It is a very good size. It's nice and long, but not so wide or tall, so that my little guy can really have some fun getting in there, and he doesn't have to kind of reach in because it's not too high, and it has a lid, which is my favorite part, because then I can just store a few of these together and just pull them out as needed. I don't have to go around making them every single day because no one has time for that. But for these bins, I'm just going to show you one of these, and then I'll give you some ideas that you can apply to your other bins. And I just got this one at Walmart. I'm pretty sure that you can find them on Amazon as well. They're a Sterilite brand, but I'm sure any other brand could work as well. This is just what I happened to find at the time. I bought like 5 of them, and I just switched them out during the seasons in each month. Okay, so for the one that I have here, this one I just put some different navy beans that are white, some kidney beans that are red, and then some green lentils, and I just kind of put those in. And then when I was putting these in, my little guy just played with that. He was happy just playing with the beans. Little bowls, little scoops are fun. Different kinds of tongs can be used as well. These are really fun ones because they're little hands. These are great for the younger kids because they're thicker. And then you can just add in fun little things. I went to Michael's and they had all of their Christmas stuff on sale. And then I had an extra coupon for a higher percentage off. And so I just got little Christmas presents, little ornaments, some little wreaths. And then I already had some jingle bells at home. And then I also found these cute little Christmas bows. These were not at Michael's. They might have been at the dollar store or possibly even the grocery store when we were shopping. But you can just throw those in there and just have a Christmas fun basket and a sensory bin. And your kids are going to love it. They'll spend so much time playing with them. You could have them, if they're older, tell them to make a pattern with the ornaments. They could do red, green, or red, red, green, or so on. So lots of fun little things that the kids can do to occupy their time in the sensory bins. Another idea for one of the sensory bins, not only the Christmas fun, but you can also find little Christmas trees. I think I got mine at Michael's, but they may have some at the dollar store also, but they're just the little artificial trees, different sizes. And I just put some of those in with some white rice, and I found a couple little cute little reindeer at the Dollar Tree, and just some little pom-poms as ornaments, and just kind of put that into a bin for a little Christmas tree one. You could do the same thing with a Christmas wreath. I found these little artificial pine stems and just made them into a circle and had some pom-poms in there. These I put on top of the white navy beans so they were a little thicker. I didn't want the rice sticking to the pine stems. But you could even just put these in. You don't have to put them in the bin for this because you're not really using the filler. And then these little bows. My little guy earlier was playing with these and then kept putting the bows all around them. So, you know, they can come up with their own fun activities to do as well. And then Christmas ornaments. You can just, you know, put a bunch of these Christmas ornaments in with some different filler, and they can hide them and find them and make patterns and such. You could also get some of those plastic ornaments at the store, and if you can find like a little funnel, or just use the scoops, and then your kids can use them to use the filler to fill the ornaments. And then if you want to, you can even hang it up on the tree, or just use it for playtime. So lots of wonderful ideas for celebrating Christmas in your sensory bins. I also did make one, if you celebrate Advent, I made a fun Advent one where I had some pink and purple rice that I dyed, and I put that into the bin as the filler, and then I made a bigger wreath out of those pine stems. Found 4 little of those battery-operated candles, and a little Jesus, Mary, and Joseph from a nativity, and I think that was it. And then like just a bowl and a scoop just for fun with the fillers. But that's another bin that you can use to celebrate Advent. Also, if you want to kind of hold off on the Christmas bins until it's a little closer, you could certainly do something like that with your Advent bins instead. You could do snowmen with white. I'm probably going to save those for our January bins. So when I make that video, you'll probably see some of those. And but that's something you could certainly do in December. And then, so those are the sensory bins. Now, for my little guy, we do sensory bins, but then he also likes to play with Play-Doh as well. And so we'll have some Play-Doh trays from time to time. Now, I have a homemade Play-Doh recipe that I really like, and so we use that. And then I just store it in plastic baggies, and then when he's ready to play with it that day, I'll get it out of the baggie and put it on a nice little tray, and then put it on the table where he knows if it's on the table, he's welcome to go up and play with it. So one of them that I did, these are some cute little storage baskets from IKEA. So if you have one of those nearby, these are great. They're very large, and they have a lid that shuts, and then they can hold so much inside here. This is one of my Christmas tree sensory or Christmas ornament also Play-Doh trays. You could use the red for the ornaments. You can use green for ornaments or Christmas trees. We have different cookie cutters. And then I just dyed some pasta noodles and that are shells. I dyed them red and yellow and green. And then he can roll out the Play-Doh and then use the cookie cutters, and then they can decorate it with this. You can use sequins. You could use little pom-poms, you know, whatever you have at home. You don't need to go out and buy fancy things for these. Kids, you know, they'll play with anything. And so these are just fun ideas to give your kids something to do during their playtime. And then another one I had, and this one I just set up on a tray. I went ahead and did this for you to show, but for this idea, I had a little Christmas wreath Play-Doh tray. And they can use the green, we can do green and red, green and white. You can use them to kind of twist to teach how to do that into a wreath form, and then just stick these little pom-poms right on there to play with them. So that's a really cute little idea, just using a simple wooden tray that I had. And then another idea I have here for our final Play-Doh tray that I'm going to show you, I have some leftover brown Play-Doh from our turkeys from Thanksgiving, and it's still good, so why not recycle it for December? So we're gonna have some little gingerbread people. This is a little gingerbread woman, and then little teddy bear ornament. And so he can roll it out and make the little, kind of use the cookie cutters to make the shapes. And then he could add little pom-pom buttons. You could put some real buttons. We have these little, I don't know if you can see these, but these little googly eyes. So lots of fun ways to play with Play-Doh. And he just loves to just, roll it and form it in his hands. So, sometimes he might just play with just the Play-Doh, which is fine too. The whole idea is just to have fun using senses and, using those fine motor skills to build up the strength in hands for writing. So, just fun ways for little ones to play. And just kind of guiding them along with some fun Christmas-themed activities. Hopefully that gives you some ideas on some activities that you could use with your little ones at home. Hopefully it will give you a few minutes of quiet time to maybe, throw in a load of laundry or cook some dinner or homeschool your other kids if you homeschool. So hopefully you'll get some ideas here to make Christmas a little more fun for your little ones. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And also, put in the comments which one of these bins you think you like the most, that you think your little one will like the most. And if I didn't mention something that you like to use for sensory bins or Play-Doh trays, please feel free to add that as well, because I'm sure others would love some more ideas also. I do have a blog post if you'd like to see the finished products. I do have pictures of the finished trays that I've talked about. So I will leave that link below as well, so you can check that out. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful December filled with lots of Christmas memories. Happy homeschooling.